Hi everyone, it's Emma Marie here, author of the Verbal Abuse in Relationships blog for healthyplace.com. Today I want to tackle a question. It's a question I've asked myself many times since coming out of a relationship that was verbally and emotionally abusive. So I'm sure it's something that you guys have asked yourself too. And that is, why don't more people spot the early warning signs of abuse in their relationship? It's a complicated question to answer. It's important to note that while physical abuse tends to kind of rear its ugly head with a dramatic outburst, somebody losing their temper, that's kind of a very definitive point in the relationship where you may realise that somebody is abusive, whereas emotional and verbal forms of abuse tend to creep up more slowly. In that time that you're kind of exposed to the emotional trauma of this sort of elusive behaviour, your brain sort of develops coping strategies to help you deal with the stress of what you're being exposed to. So you may minimise your abuser's behaviour, make excuses for him, you may deny completely that anything is wrong. And while at the time that might protect you from the emotional trauma of the situation, over time it will kind of build and fester, and ultimately you may realise that you've long-term mental health problems that need addressing, which is kind of what happened to me. And I so regularly look back and think, I wish I'd seen those signs sooner, I wish somebody had pointed them out to me, but I think in reality, even if somebody had, I don't know that I would have acted on them. The way that an abusive person makes you feel in a relationship is that you can't branch out on your own, you can't trust your own instincts, you'd be lost without them, and that's not a coincidence. It enables them to carry on abusing you and carry on making you feel dependent. But the strange thing about all of it is that often the person doing the abusing doesn't know what they're doing. They're not aware of their behaviour. It's not an excuse, obviously, but it's not necessarily always calculated. It could be learnt behaviour from being abused as a child, from something that happened to them early in life. It's possibly a defence mechanism to help them deal with the stress of being vulnerable to somebody. But as I've said in previous articles, there is never an excuse for this behaviour, and you never have to put up with it. So if you think you see any of the warning signs of verbal abuse in a relationship, you can check out the article on healthyplace.com for a full list of the signs and symptoms of verbal abuse in your relationship. Then you need to act now. You need to sit down with the person doing the abusing and let them know that it's not acceptable to treat you this way, and if it continues, that you won't be able to stay in the relationship. And that's kind of my advice on the topic. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.